This is my first time here. I'm checking out the garage sale days. I'm here to see if this would be a good place for me to come and sell some of my stuff. I wanted to get a feel as to what the vendors are like, what the clientele is like, and if what I have will fit in here. They're definitely what you would consider your typical vendor that maybe specializes in vintage toys or cosmetic jewelry, but there's also just your normal run-of-the-mill people that are selling stuff as you would find in a garage sale. There's definitely a good balance between the two, and that's what I like. That's what I was hoping for. I think this will be the perfect place to sell inventory that is stale, to sell items that I just can't sell online, and items that are just too costly to ship, which negates the great deal I'm trying to give my customer. I have to say, everything that I came across was priced just right. A little higher than you might see in an actual garage sale, but you have to expect that because there's overhead. But for the most part, I feel like everything was priced on the lower end of what you would pay online for them, minus the shipping costs. I specifically did talk to 3 of the vendors just to get a better feel in their point of view of the sale. I did talk to 2 ladies that do the sale together, and they reserve every Sunday that the garage sale is going on. They absolutely love it. They told me to get a space by them because not only is that where the cool people are, but also because that's the cooler side as far as the shade. They also informed me that whether you reserve every Sunday like they do, or you just reserve one Sunday, that you get the very last Sunday that they do it, which I believe is at the end of September, is free for everybody. For every vendor that's either rented 1, all, 2, 5, whatever, you get to come for that last one for free. Another good piece of information they gave me is that first thing in the morning, 7 a.m., that's when all other vendors or /sourcers come. They said it's kind of annoying because they're the quote-unquote early birds and they want to wheel and deal, but you're trying to set up and get ready for the day. You know, you're always going to have to deal with that. It is what it is. The second vendor I talked to was a gentleman, and he does it with his family, his mom, his wife, and his daughter. What he sells is brand new. Everything is brand new because he gets his stuff from sources, pallets, things of that nature. My biggest interest in talking to him was I saw that he had one of those U-Haul vans behind his little vending area. The U-Haul vans that quote on the side say rent me for $19.99 for the day. I wanted to know what it is to actually rent that van all said and done, and he informed me it's about $40. This information was very important to me because I drive a Volkswagen Beetle, and as much as I want to do these sales, you can't really transport all your merchandise, tables, and all the other supplies needed when doing a sale. I can get away with small sales, let's say, just a 10 by 10 foot space, because that just requires a couple of those 4-foot tables that fold in half, easily fit in my car, and I have shelves that I can completely dismantle, and that fits in the car, and then that leaves me just enough space for my merchandise. Plus, I have a roof rack that I have a cargo carrier that I could put on that I can also fill with merchandise. But these spaces here are 10 foot by 30 feet. So if I'm going to rent a space that large, I want to be able to fill it. With the space at 35 and the rental of the van at 40, that brings me to $75 in overhead. So worst case scenario, I need to make 75 to break even. And even if I broke even, I would actually be okay with that. I look at stuff like this the same way I look at when people pay money to go to college, or when they pay money to take a course or buy a textbook. This is, to me, the same thing. The only difference is I'm not reading about it. I'm spending money to actually have hands-on learning experience. In my eyes, that's the price of education. On the flip side, if I actually make money while I'm learning, that's a bonus because you don't quote unquote actually make money while you're actually taking a course in college. So that's how I justify it. It's my education. It is what it is. And every time I do it, I learn. And the more I learn, the better I get. Losing money the first time around is one thing. By your second, third, fourth, that's another thing.